Call the meeting to order. Ask that you join us in the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thank you all for joining us on a rather chilly evening out there. We welcome you and appreciate your presence. Just a few quick announcements. We did come from an executive session immediately prior to this meeting. The purpose of that was to discuss salaries for the year, to discuss the manager's performance review, set some goals, just a number of personnel issues. If at any time, by the way, you can't hear us, please let us know, because I know sometimes we don't talk loud enough or aren't close enough to the microphone. Agendas were available on the table in the back as you came in. If you didn't get one, there's also a sign-in sheet there, so if you didn't sign in, please do that before you leave. Agenda was posted on this building's entrance door and on our website. The meeting is live streaming on YouTube, will be posted immediately. A recording will be available through the township website. Written minutes will be available after they're approved by the board. And we'll have 2 opportunities for public comment, and ask if you choose to comment. After being recognized by the chair, you would step up to the microphone, state your name and address, and speak strongly into the phone, and recognize that we have a 5-minute limit for that. With that, we'll do self-introductions of the board and the staff.
Dave Burrows.
Jeff Rogers.
Art Rutledge.
Bob Brown.
Jeff Ronald.
Todd Ziegler.
Yep. And back in the back, got to introduce
Hi,
yourself.
Ryan.
He doesn't want to say your last name.
When I get to the point where I know I won't mess it up, but for those who don't know, Ryan is our incoming manager as Todd prepares for retirement, but that is 2 years out, so we have and we've been preparing for a year already, so we think Ryan will hit the ground running very quickly. And he is currently on our maintenance team for another month, and then that changes and he'll be inside in the administrative group permanently then. We have excused Wendy Brown, our recording secretary. She unfortunately is battling a pretty rough case of influenza, and we've excused our solicitor Tim Bupp from this meeting as well. And with that, we'll go back to our agenda. And when I find mine, there we go. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from our budget meeting back on October the 29th.
Make a motion to approve the budget meeting minutes from October 29th, 2025.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the budget meeting minutes from October 29th. Questions before we vote? Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative. We've approved the budget minutes, budget meeting minutes. Then we have the regular meeting minutes from our November 5th meeting. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes or a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the November 5th Board of Supervisors meeting minutes. Questions before we vote? Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative. We have approved those minutes. And you have the treasurer's report in front of you. A couple things I like to track. We had about $9,200 earned in interest, about $1,000 in fines. Any comments? Anything you want to comment on, Todd?
No, I have nothing to add.
Any questions from anybody?
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to approve the treasurer's report for November. Questions before we vote? Let's vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative. We have approved treasurer's report. We've reached the first opportunity for public comment. I suspect most people are here for a reason, but somebody wants to make a public comment.
Good evening. I'm Charlie Sir from Stevens and Lee, representing Hillwood, and I'm here with Chris Fensel from Hillwood also. I just want to let you know that the closing on the warehouse project for Hillwood is scheduled for the 10th of December. I've coordinated with Todd, and I understand you just signed the plans, and I have them here, so thank you for doing that. I have dropped off the required financial security, the 2 bonds for Elm Drive, as well as for the Elm Drive East Forks Avenue security. So those are both, they're both with Todd right now. I think we're anticipating construction probably start in the springtime, March, April. It's probably when we come through, and that's when we'll get the rest of the financial security in for the improvements before, you know, we start that work. So, thank you for signing the plans. I certainly appreciate that. We're gonna hold them, I kind of hold them in escrow until we have closing on the 10th, and hopefully everything goes smoothly then. And we'll give Todd the recorded documents number, you know, for his files afterwards. So, if you have any questions about that, Chris is here about the project. If you'd like to say otherwise, just wanted to give you a little status update, and then thank you for signing the plans.
Questions from anybody?
Any tenants?
No tenants.
Okay.
So,
Not yet.
You make it, they will come.
That's right.
Make it somebody that doesn't have a ton of trucks, you know, and will keep it nice and clean and in good shape. You know,
Do our best.
right, just build us a good warehouse. Appreciate it. Thank you for
All right,
taking,
thank you.
thank you for taking the time to come out and give us an update.
Sure.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Brad?
Your height is 40 feet, so it's, less than 50 feet, I think.
Brad Doberman, Shrewsbury Fire Company. If you'll indulge me, I have to leave shortly. so,
Sure, absolutely, no problem.
Just want to give you.
We'll miss you, though.
We're at 508 calls this year. Of all the, we talked before about the dispatch canceled en route where don't make it to the scene. If you don't count those, the calls where we were dispatched and arrived on scene, all of them, no matter where they were, the average response time was 7 minutes and 35 seconds from dispatch to arriving on scene. So that's pretty good because that includes one in Cumberland County, other side of Stewartstown, other side of Glen Rock. It was actually lower than I expected, so I double checked those numbers. The new rescue should be, they're telling us it'll be here, or be finished in January. So it'll be another couple months after that till that's in service, due to compartments, driver training, all that type of stuff. Last month, we talked about, we were gonna begin looking for a new fire engine. We have started that process. We've already spoken to 3 vendors. We've had come, we sat down with them. And our next step with that is they're going back, writing up specs, then they'll come back to us to make sure that what they thought we said is, what we said, and we're trying to keep them all on the same page, so we're comparing apples to apples. And then after that, we'll be able to get prices and make a decision. That's about all I have. Are there any questions?
So for a while, you'll have the new rescue truck plus the one you're using now.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I was gonna say, where are you gonna put them all?
So we talked to the borough. A couple years ago, we had to pave the front apron. They let us park one of the fire engines in their borough garage. So, and gave us a garage door opener. So middle of the night, somebody would go there, drive it down the alley, pick up the people.
Okay.
Here and stuff. So that looks like it's a plan because it's gonna be in the winter.
Yeah,
If it was in the summer, we'd probably put cameras on it and be okay, but the winter is a problem.
yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Well, you'll be glad to do that because it won't be long after that you'll have the new one in
Yeah,
service.
What they're gonna do is, it's gonna arrive to Lancaster, they're gonna do the inspection, it's gonna come to Shrewsbury, and the compartments will just be, will not have shelves or trays or anything in it. We already decided what we want to do with those compartments 2 years ago. Tools have changed, they found it best to put it at the fire department for a couple weeks, which will allow us time to put the radios in, the graphics, driver training, and then we can be sure that the tools we've purchased since then will fit where we want them to fit, and they'll review that with us, then they're gonna take it back to Lancaster, put those shelves, trays in, they're gonna take a bunch of our tools with them, so they can maximize space.
Okay,
So for that period of time,
vehicles and we'll be short stock.
So what's your target to have it in service?
I don't know, I've never done this before. It all
As soon as you
depends-
can, right?
It depends how long it takes to get those compartments scheduled, like, once it's here, and for them to have everything on hand. I don't know. I'd love to say March, April, but I honestly have no idea. The sooner the better.
And eventually, when you order and however many years it takes to get a new engine, you'll have one you'll get rid of then?
Absolutely.
And what do you do there? Is there a market for those?
There's not a good market for those.
Yeah.
You can see some for sale for $30,000,
Yeah.
Cheaper than cars.
How's the gas mileage? I'm kidding. Go, keep going.
2 to 4. It is.
I guess we won't buy one for a car then.
No, and I wouldn't want to maintain them either.
Any,
Thank you.
How you doing for
Question?
juniors? How are the juniors working out?
We're doing good. We have over a dozen juniors.
That's great, that's great.
It's hard to explain this, but the process for training new firefighters till they reach the level, which we call firefighter 1 or interior, where they can go into a burning structure. The NFPA has changed that. The state is changing that beginning July. So the way it works right now, let's say this year, if you were to take those courses, it's 4 separate courses, which adds up to about 186 hours. Beginning in July, they're taking the first 2 courses, and you have to take them in order, because they ramp up based on the previous course training. Beginning in July, the first 2 courses are combined together, and the second 2 courses are combined together. So one of the problems I foresee with that is for volunteers, it's going to be more difficult. You're asking people to block out those schedules for 3 months. And most of those classes are like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday every week for 3 months. So that it's going to prove some challenges. Where when it was broken up into 4 courses, you're like, okay, just block out the time for this one course. And when you have time to do the next course, okay, put that on your schedule,
Yeah.
sign up for the class. So we'll see how it goes.
are the weekdays in the day or evening?
They're in the evening. And we have the option of the York County Fire School, Harrisburg Community College, by the Farm Show Complex, or Lancaster. So there's a lot of time involved for these people to get these classes.
Yeah.
A lot. And after July, these classes will require additional prerequisites that they need to take. I think when I added it up, it was around 220, 230 hours to get them to the base level.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the update and all that you do always. Okay, I think we're through that public comment session, so we will move on. And the first item is to adopt the budget for 2026, and I guess that's in front of us now, Todd.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything too overly exciting. A lot of our big projects in 25 will be wrapped up in 26. The 2 significant items, and most notable, will be a millage increase for fire protection from 0.46 mil to 0.70, which for a home assessed at $300,000 will be an increase of $72 a year. So go from $138 to $210 a year, and that's for fire protection. And for the hydrant, which is that's based off of the assessment that we get from York Water Company and Glenrock Water Company. We were charged a monthly fee for the fire hydrants. That will increase 0.152 mils, so that'll go from 0.115 to 0.152, and that's about $11.10 increase for a home assessed again at 300,000. Other than that, EMS, general fund, the sewer, and the street lights. Oh, I'm sorry, the street lights is increasing. That's by linear feet, and we only have, trying to remember what the exact number is, like 30, around 30 customers. And that's just a small group of homes down in Southern Farms that have the street lights. And they're the only street lights that we pay. As you can see, the electric bill is about $3,400 a year, so you know it's not not a lot. But so that's where we're at, and this is what the board would be voting to approve.
Any questions or a motion?
I'll make a motion that we adopt the 2026 budget proposal. It's been publicly advertised, and so now we're for a vote.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve, to adopt the budget for 2026. Questions before we vote? Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative, so we have approved and adopted the 2026 budget. And then we have the resolution 25 or 2025-09, setting real estate and other taxes and assessments.
Yeah, and that supports the numbers that you just saw there
Right.
on the screen there.
I'll make a motion to adopt that resolution, 2509.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second for resolution 2025-09, setting real estate and other tax assessments in accordance with the budget. Questions before we vote? Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative. We have adopted resolution 2025-09. Just to put that in perspective, I think the county is looking at a increase in the real estate tax of $1 mil,
Correct.
which is several $100s per household, probably $350, $400 or so for the average house. So, nobody's going to like to see that, but that looks like what they're going to do, from what I understand. All right, we move to ordinances and resolutions, and we have ordinance number 2026-01, compensations for Board of Supervisors. Todd, you want to walk through that, or you want?
I'm happy to.
Okay.
For a municipality of our size, that's, of course, established by state statute. The current maximum for a municipality this size, a township, I should say, has been $2,500 a year, and that's been in effect for a couple of decades. And so there's been some recent legislation that increases that threshold, that maximum, and for a municipality or a township of this size, the maximum would be $4,190. So if the board authorizes it to be advertised tonight, it would be considered for adoption at the January meeting. Now, what everyone needs to understand is the way the legislation is written, none of these folks up here will see $4,190 unless they're reelected. So sitting members do not benefit from an increase. They'll stay at the $2,500. Now, if they choose to run another term and they're reelected, then they would be eligible for the $4,190. So it's not like we see in other forms of government where they can give themselves a raise while they're sitting in those seats. That's not the case here. So this would be for any of them that are reelected, and of course any new supervisors as they come on board in the future.
Questions?
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 2026-01.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. I just, especially for the minutes, make one comment, and that is that once a supervisor is eligible for this, he always has the option to refuse it. I kind of personally think this is much more a volunteer position. I don't think any of us do it for the money, and I would hate to have somebody that did do it just for that. But given that, any other comments?
I have one. If this passes, we need to adjust the dollar amount. It's $41.99,
Right.
and
Yeah, we talked about that, so.
I missed that
So-
part of the conversation,
Yeah.
my apologies.
So noted.
Yep.
Anything else? If not, I'll call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Somewhat reluctantly, I'll vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And we have 4 votes to the affirmative, 1 opposed. So we have passed that. Again, as Todd said, doesn't affect anybody sitting up here unless they're reelected. And as I said, you're not obligated to have to take that increase. You can let it stay where it is, your choice. All right, we will move on to subdivision and land development. And by the way, that vote is just to advertise, so it will come before us again to actually bring it into effect, but this lets it get advertised. So we have subdivision, Kirshner Road. Todd, you want to walk us through that, or?
Yeah, Phil, I'll run through these if
Phil
you're
is here
comfortable with
too.
that, and then if they have any questions that I can't answer, Anyway, the first one here is the subdivision of 2 lots along Kirshner Road. Blow them up a little bit if you want, but of course, here's the railroad tracks, and here's Constitution Avenue, so when you cross railroad tracks.
We're not seeing it.
We're not seeing it.
Oh, you're not seeing it?
It's a
That's-
lovely picture of a tree.
That's because I didn't share it on the screen. How's that?
Nice tree.
It would be these 2 particular lots right here, is what this subdivision is for. There was, if you recall, it went through Planning Commission, and then of course the board. There will be a 4 feet, right? 4 foot widening on what I call the southwest side of Kirshner Road on this side. You have the C.S. Davidson review letter of June 30th. The only outstanding items at this point are the notarized statement of the owner, which is, again, an administrative item, and that's customary for conditional approval. I know we did get the street addresses. We just need to put those on the plan, so that's an administrative item. Oh, okay, good. And I didn't get a chance to check with Megan on the planning module for the sewage. That is back, okay. But again, they'll probably approve this on the condition that all the comments. And then the revised legal description of lots, but again, that can't happen until after the plan's approved and recorded, of course. There is a new sheet for detail of the road widening. That is being reviewed by the engineer, township engineer. And then there'll be public security for those road shoulder improvements. Planning Commission did look at it in November, and they did recommend approval on the condition that all the comments outlined in the June 30th C.S. Davidson review letter are addressed, as well as receiving final approval from Jeff Shue, township engineer, on the sheet with the detail for the road widening. If there's anything you want to add, Phil.
In making a motion, do we need to include something about the bond for the road widening, or is
You
that?
can include that. That's just standard. But
Okay.
You're
well,
welcome to include
well,
that.
as long as it's standard, that's okay. And we
That'll
would
be in
have to
my
note-
conditional letter, so.
Not only this letter, but also the separate sheet for road
Yeah,
widening.
so the motion, would be, if you're gonna approve it, it'd be conditionally approved that the C.S. Davidson review letter and that the plan sheet with the detail for the road widening is approved by the township engineer.
Okay. Questions or a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Just like Todd commented.
No, that would have been so moved. Make a motion to approve the final subdivision plan, phase 1 for Kirshner Road, as long as it is contingent upon the C.S. Davidson letter June 30th, 2025 conditions having been met and the bond for the road posted.
Second.
And the road detail for the widening by Jeff Shue.
And Jeff Shue has to approve the road detailing plan. Thank you. I forgot one thing. I sort of so moved. Carry on.
I'll second that too.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions before we vote? I'll call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative, so we have approved that subdivision and land development document.
Okay, next one should be pretty easy. This is the Schaub subdivision. This is the current conditions, just so that you're aware. This is South Main Street in Shrewsbury Borough. The Shrewsbury Elementary is over in this general area here somewhere, just to give you a feel for where we're at. The Shrewsbury Borough, Shrewsbury Township municipal line is right here. And then the Shrewsbury Township and Railroad Borough municipal line is right here. So this entire parcel is split among 3 municipalities. The subdivision line, and we'll look at the next sheet, is somewhere right about in this area. And this here is what's being subbed off, everything that is in Shrewsbury Borough. So the lot lines are changing, but nothing is changing at all in Shrewsbury Township. But we still need to look at it, and you know, if you're okay with it, just approve it and sign it. This is almost like one of those that we've done in the past. There's nothing actually taking place in Shrewsbury Township, so we defer all the review and everything in the municipality in which it's located. So
This is the field, I guess on the right as you're going south.
correct.
Right below sill balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So here's the municipal boundaries back here a little bit, but this is the subdivision line here, and again, that is all within Shrewsbury Borough.
And I can just add that Shrewsbury Borough has approved the subdivision.
Okay.
So, and, yeah.
Still needs a sewer module, but that doesn't affect.
Right, yeah. It's more of an acknowledgement vote that there's a parcel that's in Shrewsbury Township, but yet the impact is not in Shrewsbury Township.
Right.
So,
Make motion to approve the final subdivision plan for West Cloverdale Avenue on
Second
the
it.
Schaub property.
So we have a motion and a second
I really drew that out, Jeff, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
to approve the final subdivision plan, West Cloverdale Avenue. Questions before we vote? Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative, so we have so approved that. And I think that brings us to reports. Manager's report is first. Todd, anything you want to highlight on it?
yeah, just going to here quickly, my apologies, I thought I had this open. Just update you quickly on the parks. I think we sent out through Savvy Citizen as well as Facebook how the renovation, the new playground down here on Haintown Playground is going. Just to share with you here, if you haven't seen it, this is the new playground. If you recall, there was the rarely used volleyball field was right in this area here, and then from this point back is where the former playground was. So it's much larger. There's a lot more equipment.
Very impressive.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Lots of seating. And then, you know, it even has little picnic table benches and so forth, and then different benches, various places. Here's steps, and then, of course, here's handicap accessibility to access it as well. So that is moving along nicely.
What's
Do
left?
it?
Just the fencing? Is it,
Yes.
is that all?
Yeah,
that-
yep.
that's all
Just to
left to
finish
do?
up the fencing, correct. And then the other one I want to show you here quickly. I don't know why it keeps popping
Do they have
over there.
anything that they, have to wait till spring to plant, or?
No, they were already in and they did your hydro seeding and everything, so, which actually, the snow gets on it, if we get a deep enough snowpack, that'll be nice for it when that snow melts and kind of compact it down in there. And then the other thing I want to show you, part of that same grant that we received.
We lost your sharing again, too.
Yeah, I didn't jump that over here
Okay.
yet, because all my emails show up if I do that over here. This is from the parking lot, Windy Hill Road. The SYC building is over here in their little concession stand, so this is back, back in there. So that will hold, I believe it's 15 or 16 picnic tables.
Wow,
So it,
that's deceptively large.
yeah, exactly. It's it looks kind of small from
Yeah.
a distance, but I tried to zoom in, but that
Do we
wasn't the best.
maintain the SYC building?
No,
Okay, they take
no,
it.
that's their building.
Okay.
They maintain the entire building,
Pay for
and-
the electric.
and all the electric that's used there, they reimburse the township as well.
And they take care of, all the infields. No, we mow the grass. That's about what we do there. Great.
Okay.
Thank you for the update. It is
Sure.
all
Lots
looking
of good
good.
projects.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I have anything in particular. If anyone has any questions of me.
Any questions for Todd? All right. If not, we will move on.
If I can, I do want to back up and just
Sure.
mention one thing. Sorry.
Please, go ahead.
We have scheduled settlement for the 13 acres down adjacent to Miller Park with the Miller family. So that settlement is scheduled. So hopefully, at the end of the day, we'll have additional 13 acres to add to Miller Park. So,
Is there gonna be like a little ceremony or what?
no, not then.
Okay. Too cold?
Yeah.
We'll cheer for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. It's been taking a while to get there, but it's,
Yeah.
nice, be nice to add that certainly to the parkland. That's that land forever then. Excuse me. No report from the solicitor. You have the zoning officer, codes enforcement, sewage enforcement report. Nice to see there was a lot of activity. Actually, 9 items were closed. 13 of them are actually pending court action at this time. So it's narrowed it down, and a lot of recent activity on the ones that are still open. I don't know if there's anything you want to highlight, Todd,
No, not on that report.
or if anyone has any questions. Todd? And if not, we shall move on to the maintenance report in front of you. You will note that there are a lot of items in red. They were added after we, several of us did a walkthrough of the parks and just noted things that looked like they could stand some attention. So all those have been added to this list. And then there is a speed study that says there's a lot of speeding on Country Club Road.
Shocker.
If I look at it, it says in both directions, over 50% of the vehicles traveling are doing over 5 miles over this, actually no, well over 5 miles over the speed limit. I can't believe there's one car that was doing 96 to 100 and 2 that were doing 91 to 95.
Might have been the same one.
Several, we
Probably
still have,
caught-
I think, 2
Probably
weeks
picked
to
up the
go.
tailwinds.
Yep, so we have this week and another week to go, and it looks like this is definitely one we'll be sending to the state police, and so you need to pay some attention there. This is probably the worst case we've seen, I think.
Yeah.
Questions on anything on the maintenance
The only
report?
thing I want to add under maintenance is if you look on the front page there, we had to do an emergency bridge
Yes,
closing
thank you.
on Smith Mill Road.
Say washed out underneath the concrete?
Yeah, it, for a little while, it looked like it was starting to settle, but then it kind of started to go rather quickly, so CS Davidson, their engineering crew came out, their bridge crew came out, took a look at it. As you can see, there's washout underneath there. Here you can see a little better. And if you look here, you can see where it's dropping.
Yeah.
This is pulling away from the wall. In a matter of time, if we keep it open, that's all going to be laying in the creek bed.
Yeah.
And then where you see this area washed out, here's a view of it underneath. So, so it is closed, and we're going to be meeting. We're trying to set up a meeting next week with Jeff Shue, CS Davidson, to try to get a game plan together so that we can get it repaired and correct it as quickly as we can. The bridge was put in. Mike's here 29 years, and I think he said he was here about 2 years, so it's been 25 plus years. Now, this is all solid concrete decking, which is in, I'll call it plank. I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 4 sections, that run long ways here. The structural engineer said these are in very good shape. So the idea is we're going to take a look at if we're able to lift these and remove them, have this wall rebuilt so that we can place them back in place.
Is that something that shifted a lot recently, or?
We don't know. It just started last couple of months that we noticed. I guess it was starting to drop a little bit, but yeah, because I did not go back and look. I want to do that. Help me remember this, Ryan. Is I want to go back and look at our bridge inspections for this.
Yeah, we do regularly inspect, right?
Yeah, we don't do those every year, but
Right.
I thought we want to go back and take a look at that.
What's the,
But again, you get a couple rip-roaring storms, and even one can do that.
what's the level of inconvenience to the people on that road, detour-wise, and?
Probably the greatest inconvenience is to the Amish family that lives right here, because they have some livestock on the other side of the creek and stuff. So I'm actually I want to drive down and talk to them tomorrow to see how impacted they are and if there's anything we can do temporarily.
Yeah, show some concern.
Yeah.
Nobody is, except for them, nobody's isolated. They can get in
Now,
one way.
they
or
can get in
another.
off 851 in Front Street.
They can too, but it would be a whale of a journey to go
Right.
around. So, yeah, if there's something that temporarily we could do to help them if there's a big inconvenience, at least to talk to them and show our concern.
Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking, just off the top of my head, we'll look at it and see what their needs are, but I'm just thinking if we build, some kind of wood structure over top of that's not resting on that, but we'll look at that tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
But just want to let you see what's exactly going on there.
Any other questions for Todd? All right, we have the engineer's report, pretty complete, pretty much stands on its own unless somebody has questions. Recreation Commission, Jeff, I don't know if you have anything. I can tell you they're still discussing with the person that was selected.
Oh, they're still discussing?
Yeah,
I
is
didn't know.
that what you,
Yeah, I got a text here late. While you're talking, let me just confirm an email.
this was in hiring a,
Because at the last meeting, it was brought up about who and everything.
Yeah.
And everybody seemed to agree.
yeah, because you all had to look at it and approve it as well.
Well, I don't know who it is or anything, but apparently the individual was at the veterans dinner, and that's where everybody kind of met her.
Yeah, I mean, or she lives in New Freedom.
Well, I know, but
Yeah.
they also, that's where everybody seemed to be aware of who she is and everything.
Of like the 5 kind of second group of finalists, I think one never returned.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And another one just didn't work out, and one didn't show up for the interview, so we wound up with 2 people to interview.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And one was, I think, pretty good person, but he's just not quite ready for this yet. And this person doesn't really have any recreation experience, but more some marketing and things like that, so. But the last I heard, unless you got an update.
I just got an update here today. It looks like the individual they interviewed wants the position, is willing to accept it. And the text here says that I guess they were looking at 50,000, and she wants 55,000. And I think our budget was 65.
The range set was 50
Yeah.
to 55 by the group after the interview.
Okay.
Because she's starting fresh.
Right,
I mean,
right.
she's got some education experience to do, so we didn't think she should be at the
Yeah.
65 rate.
So the way the intergovernmental agreement is set up
Right.
is each municipality must vote to accept that individual.
And the
So-
commission has to as well, I think.
Correct. Yep, yeah. So if the board's comfortable with that 55,000, I believe that's who's being recommended. You can act on that tonight.
Can we
but-
do that without it being a specific agenda item? I think we're reasonably safe if we vote to add it as an agenda item.
Yeah, why don't, we can do that just to be on the safe side. I think it falls under rec commission, but to be on the safe side.
Well, you have on the meeting, or the
I actually
agenda
have
here.
that later on, actually.
Well,
I
It's
think.
actually on the
Yes.
agenda for
Oh, you're
later
right,
on.
it is later, isn't it?
I thought I had it on. but I
Yeah, it's
thought-
on the agenda.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll wait till we get to the
Okay.
agenda. How about that? Thank you, Jeff. Fire and EMS, we had that report. Emergency management, I saw some information from Stan. I don't know if that went to everybody. He was talking about the one set of classes and then the kind of FBI's warning about be careful over the holidays and your meetings and events. Look for people that could be trouble, basically. So did that go to everybody?
I don't think I got it.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if
If you didn't, I can forward it.
I'm searching my emails. I don't see it, but I'm sure
I can forward it.
The schema?
Oh, it isn't written. It's, this was, something he sent. Yeah, with the, we do have the scheme of meetings, but I was thinking about, what Stan had sent. I'll send the emails out that he sent to me. But you do have the, agenda, I guess, from last scheme of meeting. I don't recall anything at the meeting itself, Todd, that was just, we approved a couple of very small expenses.
Yeah,
And
just
Stan.
a generator for lighting and some lights for if they're out on a
For
night.
their portable
night
display.
incident, Yeah.
And Stan gave a report on a number of things, but I don't think there was anything critical that I recall. You'll get those minute meetings after they're recorded too. They still have a balance of, still be about $5,000 in that account, so we're well situated financially with that. Planning Commission, Zoning Hearing Board, and I think the Zoning Hearing Board did deny the one appeal that had been made to them, right?
That is correct. For the variance request to use 2 development rights for a 10-acre parcel instead of a 2.25 acre parcel. The zoning hearing board did deny that request. And that was for the former Fisher Farm, down just before you go out of the township on Stelz Road.
Sewer Committee, we haven't really, met, hadn't been anything new that's happened. You're still trying to set up a meeting with New Freedom to kind of discuss the whole situation with them, I believe. And then we'll kind of regroup and take a look at it. I apologize, I did not realize that Wendy has been out all week with some pretty serious flu, so I'd sent her my report. I didn't realize that she wouldn't be able to get it copied. I'll just email it to everybody. If you have questions, you can let me know. I don't think there was anything on there of any critical importance. I didn't bring my copy because I figured it would be here, but I'll get that to everybody. Does anybody have a comment they want to make? Any supervisors? No? I guess that brings us to old business. On the library, I can tell you they've resigned themselves to having to be a branch. They're meeting with the president or chair, or whatever he calls himself, of the library system, trying to negotiate the best deal they can get. They had a whole long list of items that they wanted included in any agreement. And I don't know where that stands right now, but they're negotiating the best agreement that they can get. They were not successful in trying to maintain their status as a member. There will definitely be some reduction in hours. They're trying to negotiate to minimize that. I think that's kind of about all that's happening there. Todd, I'll turn the SPCA contract over to you.
Yeah, of course, everyone's been given a copy of the correspondence back and forth between the township and Steve Martinez, the executive director of the SPCA, following up on the questions that we had and so forth. You have the information. Looks like in 25 through, at least through August, they received 5 stray dogs from Shrewsbury Township. There was abundance of cats, but they're required to take care of those whether or not we have a contract with them. It's just, our contract is for dogs, stray dogs. So I have tried a couple of times to reach out to Animal Rescue to talk to them about, using them in lieu of the SPCA, but I have not been having much success in getting a response. So I know Art and I were talking, this 11th hour, it's a $500 increase. Probably wise to accept the agreement for 26 and do a lot harder looking earlier in the year and try to be prepared maybe for something different in 27.
Are you
What's
part
the
of
total
the,
It was 50, let me get it here for you.
was it 5,000 last year and 55 or 5,600 this year?
Well, let's see here. It was 5,018 last year. And then this year they are looking at here we go. 5,653, so roughly $650.
Sorry. Oh, you were starting to say something, I interrupted you.
I think part of the objections, this is a charity that says they're in trouble and in great need of money, but in 4 years has doubled or more than doubled the salary of the 5 or 6 major people there, including a director who now makes $200,000. And that, just to us, is not appropriate for a charity that's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We have expressed that. The group, are you part of the group that's been meeting, or is that?
Yeah, the York County Municipal Administrators Group has been talking about it. They say they're going to keep it on their agenda for 26 and try to look at other options and so forth. But I would just throw out to the board that if you do approve it, I think we should write a letter, not to Mr. Martinez, but we should write a letter directly to the board of the SPCA and explain, that we approved it, but,
Under duress.
under duress, and here's the reasons why.
Yep, I agree. I think so. Plus, you said that you've seen financial information now that says they aren't really in such great trouble. Is that?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing that's confusing because, the initial information that we were receiving, says that they're in financial distress and so forth, but one of his responses stated that they're in wonderful shape, so I'm not sure which one it is.
And it's interesting because one of the candidates that we had interviewed for the Recreation Commission, on the first time was one of the ones that would have been selected. She basically had an offer from us and from the SPCA, and she went to work there. But she loved animals, so we thought she would. And some kind of a sales and marketing, but if you're distressed, do you hire people? So something just doesn't add up with that group. So I'm not happy, but I think it's probably, but by the way, New Freedom did elect not to renew,
That's
right?
my understanding, correct.
So we're not sure what they're gonna do, but
Yeah.
they elected not to renew.
Probably don't have too many stray dogs.
No.
Set up a cage in back of the,
So I think,
Borough building.
yeah,
Bring them to Shrewsbury Township.
So
Yeah,
I-
at the administrators meeting, that poor township in which the SBC is located, they had to give that manager a hard time, telling him, your numbers are really going to rise.
yeah. As much as I don't like it, I think that what Todd has recommended makes sense, is that we move forward this year, take some more time to see if we can negotiate with somebody else, where we could walk away from them, and at the same time, send a letter that expresses our displeasure and the reasons why we're concerned. And I don't think that'll make any difference to this director, but maybe to their board. And I when I get a copy, Todd, I would probably forward it to the commissioners, the county as well, because we've had some discussion with them too.
so we need to, approve the contract?
Yeah.
Are we just going by consensus for the letter to the board of directors?
We probably need a vote for that.
Yeah, you can throw it. You can put it on the same
Just throw it in with
motion.
So moved. Oh, sorry.
What did we do?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 contract while we explore other options. And also authorize Todd to draft a letter to the Board of Directors of the SPCA on our behalf, expressing our concerns.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, well stated. Any further questions? Call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative, so we have
Make us proud, Todd.
approved that. Put that wrong place, okay. So we have a little bit of new business, so now we get to the Regional Recreation Commission.
Hey, there it is.
So, thank you for pointing that out, Jeff. I forgot that was down there. So right now, we would be looking to approve that at a salary of 55.
Correct.
That's the motion we need, right?
Yes.
All right,
I'll make that motion.
thank you, Jeff.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second that we would approve hiring of new Regional Recreation Commission Director. And we would do that at a salary to be, again, at $55,000 annually. Questions? What's your vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so we have approved that hiring. I have the transfer of 11 sewer EDUs. Todd, want to walk through that?
Oh, yeah, this would be for, we're basically authorizing transfer of 11 EDUs from Shrewsbury Commons, the shopping center property, to the Midsummer Manor project, where there'd be 11 lots, and that's on Windy Hill Road. So just, if you recall, it's a
just up
private
from the-
sale, but we have to approve it so that we can track where they're going.
I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of the 11 sewer EDUs from Shrewsbury Commons to Midsummer Manor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the EDU transfer. Any questions?
Is this just east of the park, where Midsummer is? on Windy Hill?
Correct, it would be adjacent to the park. Yeah.
All right.
Any other questions? All right, call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
5 votes to the affirmative, so the sewer EDU transfers are approved. We do the next two, and
Oh, yes, Phil.
I found it interesting, we had to go through this at the authority meeting also, and of course they approved it, but I was really happy with Jeff Braymeyer because he made a point to ask me how much they were being paid, and then he made a point that he thought that it's time that council turns some EDUs over to the authority so that there won't be profit from the sale of EDUs, that they'll have their own EDUs, so I was really impressed with that.
That would be wonderful.
I said,
yeah.
"Well, thank you, Beaman."
How did the rest of the council, or
The authority.
authority react?
And one of Terry's on council also, and, they seem, you know, again, the authority seems semi-receptive of it, but it's the council that we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that too. All right, we handle the next two in one motion.
Yes.
Two requests for payment. I think they've both been reviewed and approved by Ann,
Yes, our landscape
our
architect,
landscape
yes.
architect. So,
This is to pay for the park out front.
yeah, this the progress payments basically.
Make-
Well, actually, that and
Pavilion at Windy
the
Hill.
pavilion at Windy Hill too.
Thank you. Make motion to approve applications for payment number 2 in the amount of $66,763.62, and payment number 3 in the amount of $172,000. $172,851.25.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second for the two applications for payment. Questions before we vote? I'll ask for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative. They are approved. And we have three, these are stormwater, right, Todd? Operation and maintenance agreement?
Correct, and they're standard agreements, so
Standard.
you can do them all in one
All
motion
in
if
one
you'd like.
motion, if someone's so inclined.
I am actually, thank you. Make a motion to approve the stormwater management agreements for Windy Hill Road in general. Do I not have an address?
No, there is not an address there at that point.
Ah,
This is just so you're aware where it's at. If you come off the trail onto Windy Hill,
uh,
there's
right.
a grain bin there
Yeah,
and so forth, and then there's the brick house and everything.
Uh.
The residential dwelling is a separate deeded parcel than all the ag land.
okay,
So if it's just vacant land, we do not give it a street number.
very
So
good.
that's why it just says Windy Hill.
Make a motion to approve the operation and maintenance agreements for Windy Hill Road, 2287 Clubhouse Road, and 17020 Keeney Mill Road. Do I
I'll
have?
second it.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second to approve the three stormwater operation and maintenance agreements. Question?
He waited to give you guys a chance to second it.
I've got a question, the pole building there, is that gonna stay, or what's the,
Oh yeah, it's an ag building. It's to store farm equipment in. I don't remember the exact
it's a round,
size. It's
it's a round building,
no,
You're
it's
talking about the grain thing. That
the green?
that
the
thing's
grain
falling
thing.
down.
Yeah, as far as I know, that's staying.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
well, that's not the pole building.
no,
Is
no.
the
This
pole-
is all the pole building is it's just I guess I don't
The building
6
held
by
up by a pole?
6s and just
It's
Oh.
not that.
a
Well,
metal
there was
building.
that they
It's your typical.
remodeled and expanded, that's not this building.
No,
Okay.
no, they haven't started on this one yet,
Oh, okay.
they'd be in
and it'll
trouble
be
if they
it'll
did.
be much larger.
Oh,
I forget. It's either 60 or 80 feet long. It's a pretty
Oh.
big building.
That's small.
Well, for that area, it's pretty big.
But is that the?
And I might be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking that's the width and the length's long.
That might be the width.
Yeah.
Is that the area where we're talking about this pole building? Is it
Yeah, it'll be
by the
right in that
green-
area.
green-
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
We have a motion and a second,
Yep,
Chairman.
we do. Are there any other questions?
We were doing discussion.
All right, we'll call for the vote.
Aye.
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 5 votes to the affirmative. Those three stormwater operation and maintenance agreements are approved. You have one piece of correspondence, which is the LGAC newsletter. Interesting to note that of 72 municipalities in York County, we rank number 12 in the number of land development and subdivision plans that they've reviewed from Shrewsbury Township. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not, but that's the fact at least.
It's higher than I would have anticipated, but
Yeah, I thought so too. Other than that, that's all the correspondence. Unless Ryan wants to say something under public comment.
Would you please step up to the microphone? Thank you.
Address.
You gotta do it right. You gotta give us your name and address.
Yeah.
Name's Ryan Weinswag, address is Shrewsbury Township.
Okay.
There you go.
Fair enough.
One correction on the pavilion, looks like it is 12 tables.
Okay.
And 3 of them are the handicap ones, at least according to their blueprints.
What does that mean?
He said it was like, what,
No, I think you said 16, but what, you said 3 of them are what?
the handicap accessible ones?
Handicap accessible. I heard candy, which is why I was really confused. But, okay, thank you.
Yep, that's all I got.
Okay, thanks,
Okay,
Ryan.
thank you.
Good job.
I knew we couldn't get 16 tables in there.
Then, I think Miller Park, that one has 16, right?
The big one,
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I know there's 16 somewhere.
Does this one get grills and all that?
No, this one does not. I'm sure it doesn't.
I think it does.
No, is that one? This one gets 2 as well.
Yeah, I believe so.
And that one?
That's what it says on the plan.
Okay, I didn't.
Free grills. We'll
I
take
didn't.
it.
I know we were
I'm
definitely
kidding,
putting
I'm sure we
grills in
paid.
down here because there are none now.
Okay, so both of them get that one and the Windy Hill.
I don't remember us talking about that, but okay.
Look like you're,
I'm just waiting for the discussion to end so I can make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, Bob beat me to it.
you can second it.
Snuck it in.
Anyway, we're adjourned. Thank you all.